What's up everyone and welcome back. So today I'm going to be putting in a brand new steering wheel into my track car with a brand new quick release. So right now I have a leather steering wheel in there. I'm going to be moving to a Sparco Alcantara steering wheel as well as a new style of quick release. So I wanted to show you guys and bring you along with that process because I know some of you are a little confused how the quick releases work and how to install them. So let's get started. Alright, so right now I have a leather steering wheel in the track car with an NRG quick release. And I wanted to go to an Alcantara steering wheel because it's a little grippier on track and it's a little bit nicer wheel. I'm also switching to a different style quick release, which I'll show you in a bit, that I think is just a little bit safer on track. But right now this one has the NRG quick release and it has two paddles on the back, and as you pull the paddles back the wheel actually releases. It's not a bad design, but I don't think it's the best design for safety. So before we get into that, let's remove this and look at the new wheel and quick release. Well, here's the old and new steering wheel. So the old steering wheel I have was a deep dish leather steering wheel, where the new one I have is a Sparco Alcantara steering wheel. If anyone wants to know, it's Sparco 201617 is the number on the wheel. So the biggest change here with the quick release is I had the NRG quick release, which I said uses this paddle. It uses a ball bearing locking system on it. So when the ball bearings line up, this essentially locks in place and you won't be able to take the steering wheel off unless you pull this and then the quick release comes off. Like I said, it's a pretty good design, but I don't feel totally safe on track with it. If something happened and I had to pull the steering wheel and this mechanism failed, I feel like the steering wheel might come off. I've never heard of any stories of that happening. But you know, better safe than sorry. So what I'm going to is this different style quick release, which has 3 pins that line up the wheel, so it's lined up every time. But then it has these pins on the outside that you pull to release the steering wheel. So when these line up, these 2 pins actually go inside each side of the quick release. By doing this, see if I can get these lined up. They're just like that. It makes it virtually impossible for the steering wheel to come off unless someone pulls these pins to lift the steering wheel off. So I feel like this is just a little bit safer design. So this is why I'm going with this. But the installation now is super easy. So these quick releases come in either Nardi or Sparco bolt pattern. This one's obviously the Sparco bolt pattern, and it comes with the hardware, and you're just going to put the steering wheel over the quick release, install the hardware, and then we'll put it in the car and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so to make this work with the quick release in the car, you're going to need a hub adapter. Now this is the NRG Slim hub, which you can see is pretty small here. And the quick release over here will just bolt to this hub adapter to make everything work. Now there's different kinds. I also have the MOMO hub adapter here, which is a little taller, which will essentially bring the wheel closer to you if that's what you need. It works the same. So these hub adapters are splined to the E30 steering shaft. So to install this, you're just going to remove this one nut here. That will come off, and then you can pull the hub off. And then to install the new one, you just put it on the splines and then put your nut back on and tighten it up. So now let's go put the new wheel on the hub adapter and see what it looks like. Alright, so I took off the hub for you guys just to show you how this all works. As I explained in the car, these hubs are splined to the E30 steering shaft. Now obviously if you have an E36 or E46, they make hubs for that car as well. All of these hub adapters have marks which shows the top dead center. I don't know if you can see that little dot on there. There, you can see the little dot. So they show the top dead center. The MOMO one has a little label that says top. The quick release adapters here also have a dot there, and this one has a dot there. So it makes it very easy for installation on the car. So if you're in the car and you have your wheels straight and you want to put this on, just make sure this is at the top. Put on the hub adapter, and then this you match the dots to the dots. That'll all line up, and we can bolt it together. So let's go put this back in the car and show you how this all works and looks when it's done. Alright, so the hub adapter is back on, and as you can see I lined up the little dot with the center of the wheel. Keep in mind when you put these quick release or any aftermarket steering wheel on, you're going to lose the steering lock. So when you turn the wheel, with the stock wheel, when you turn it, the steering wheel will actually lock as a safety measure to prevent someone from stealing your car. So you're going to lose that feature, but at the same time you can take the wheel off. So if you're really worried about someone stealing your car, if this is a street car, you can take the wheel off, put it in your trunk or something like that, and then they won't be able to drive it, obviously. But I just wanted to make that note before we go forward. Alright, now we're going to put the steering wheel on, line up the quick release to these bolts, put it back on and see how it looks. Alright, so the new steering wheel's on, everything's hooked up, and the final touch is the Sparco horn here. So let's get this installed. Just push this on, just like that. Alright, there we have it. So we put the brand new Sparco steering wheel on. As you can see, it was a pretty straightforward and simple process. I think most of you at home can do this. We put the NRG Slim Hub on with the new style quick release, and I think it turned out pretty well here. It looks great, it feels great, and I can't wait to try this out on the track. So if any of you want to do this at home, I'll put all the products I used down in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. I have lots more content coming. We're gonna be tearing into my M3 soon, so that'll be a lot of fun. And other than that, thanks for watching and see you next time.